even America has that. So the United Nations functions well in areas in which it is possible to generate consensus. And that deals usually with elements pertaining to human suffering, or to well-being, or to health. For example, the Food Organization, the Health Organization, the relief agencies, or arbitration of conflicts of...
And basically earlier he talked about the G20 is the best mode they've got for the world government. And imagine how outrageous this is. Private central banks that have engineered the financial collapse on record, that's now public knowledge, are saying we're going to form a world government that issues a magic digital currency that you've got to buy from us with interest backed up by real assets. I mean, why not just go pick some wino off the street corner and make them God? And, you know, put their face on some money, and then we have to pay them interest to have it. Think about that. And that's why if we point out that they're illegitimate, autocratic, authoritarian, and that it's immoral what they're doing, then there's no way they can put this into place. And that's why they're so scared. And that's why they're going, okay, there is a world government. You know, we're trying to set it up for your own good. It's God's work. It's a moral imperative. A moral imperative. This is a guy who brags about how he funded in the later administration of Jimmy Carter the operations with Pol Pot that killed 30% of the population conservatively. These guys are into what they do. These are eugenicists at every level who want you dead. They don't just want your property. They want you and your kids off of it, skulls out there on the back 40. And that's the next level of awakening. The public is now awoken to the fact there is a world government run by banks. The public had better wake up fast to the fact that this world government is murderous and that they compete with each other in the power structure, in the pyramidal system, for who is the most cunning, the most ruthless. They believe in social Darwinism, survival of the fittest. They believe whatever they do to murder and kill and steal and poison is a moral reflection of their sickening humanism, their form of humanism. Now, here's a David Rockefeller quote. The supranational sovereignty of an intellectual elite and world bankers is surely preferable to the national autodetermination practice in past centuries. Here's another one from his book, Memoirs, published 5 years ago. For more than a century, ideological extremists at either end of the political spectrum have seized upon well-publicized incidents to attack the Rockefeller family for the inordinate influence they claim we wield over American political and economic institutions. Some even believe we are part of a secret cabal, well, we know you are, working against the best interest of the United States, characterizing my family and me as internationalist and conspiring with others around the world to build a more integrated global political economic structure. One world, if you will. If that is the charge, I stand guilty and proud of it. So that's what's going on here. And we actually own that book. It's here in the office. I want to go back to your calls here, but I want to go back to what's happening nationwide. The media is really starting to flounder and panic, and they're saying, oh my gosh, the fact that all these anti-incumbent, anti-establishment candidates are winning, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, in both Republican and Democratic primaries, whoever is an incumbent or seen as an establishment candidate is losing. Senator Robert F. Bennett a few weeks ago in Utah. Way more money and media time, and the media got behind him. He still lost to an anti-globalist, a Tea Partier. Same thing, 33 points above Grayson in Kentucky. Rand Paul. The polls showed he was going to win between 22 points and 15 points. The average was about 18. Well, you see, it was even bigger than that. Okay, and the polls now show he is going to murder politically the Democrat. And so if he doesn't win, we know it's rigged in Kentucky. Arlen Specter, gone in the Democratic primary. And I would imagine the Democrat will be seen associated with Obama in Pennsylvania and will probably lose against the Republican. Same thing happening in all the other races. In every race These people are in trouble. And what did Rand Paul get up and say in his victory speech for the primary? And that was the big hurdle. He said, this is a message for Washington. We're taking our government back, and we're not going to have your carbon taxes for your world government over in Copenhagen. Those videos are up on Infowars.com right now. So this is so important that everyone get this information out to everyone they know. Rand Paul, again, has really thrown down the gauntlet, and the more hardcore our rhetoric is, the more truthful it is, the more we just throw the gauntlet down and tell it like it is, the faster we're going to defeat these people. They are not invincible. They are scared. They have miscalculated. They are illegitimate, and they will be defeated. In fact, Paul Watson has now just posted an article dealing with this key C-SPAN Zbigniew Brzezinski clip. It's Brzezinski decries global political awakening during CFR speech. It is a very important article that Paul Joseph Watson has written at prisonplanet.com. So I want to ask everyone to go and get this article, Brzezinski decries global political awakening during CFR speech. I mean, this is an enemy communique. Because even though they know we're awake, and now they're just trying to go public with it, the arrogance comes out. They still don't understand how we're going to use this clip, and the clip of Cheney at the CFR on C-SPAN saying, you know, I used to head up the Council on Foreign Relations, but I covered that up when I was back home in Wyoming. Everybody laughed. Oh, it's so like when Bill Gates laughs about, we got to vaccinate everybody to cut population by half, and the whole audience of sickos clap and giggle on their little demonic murdering power trip. Those monkeys don't know we're watching them. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that it could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
You worry. You see the signs and worry about the future. You worry about economic turmoil and food shortages. How to be prepared while preserving your sanity. Your answer may be at hand. Author Linda Runyon lived off the land, isolated from civilization. She knows that as long as the sun shines, there will be plenty of free food all over God's green earth. Perhaps the only sane insurance is knowledge of wild edible plants. The cost of learning is minimal. Wild food grows everywhere, and you will see it everywhere. It's every bit organic and more nutritious than our modern diets. Well respected in her field, Linda's approach to teaching this subject includes books, flashcards, and video with an emphasis on health, safety, practicality, and joy. Learn how to identify it, where and when to find it, how to prepare, use, and store it. Go to Linda's website, ofthefield.com, and take advantage of special offers. Or if you're not online, call her 24-hour toll-free order line at 888-51-EAT-FREE. That number again, 888-51-EAT-FREE. A little knowledge makes starvation impossible.
Hounded by debt collectors with phone calls and letters? Thinking of calling a debt relief company? Don't. Greedy lawyers and debt companies charge thousands. Why pay when you can get their solution absolutely free with New York Times best-selling author Herb Kay's #1 debt secret? The how-to on stopping the calls without paying the debt companies. Yes, free for a very limited time. Here's Herb Kay.
Don't get ripped off by credit repair companies when I can give you the information you need to do it yourself for free.
Herb Kay was right. His free information helped me stop the calls and settle my debt.
What have you got to lose? Stop the calls now. Get out of debt and have more money. Get Herb Kay's #1 debt secret absolutely free now. Call 800-822-1291. That's 800-822-1291. 800-822-1291.
Okay, let's go back to your phone calls in this segment and the next. Then William Gheen is joining us. Let's go ahead and talk to Eric in Kansas. Eric, you're on the air. Welcome.
Alex, you are Paul Revere redo, and it's not every day that you get to talk to an American hero, so I really appreciate the time. I know you don't like people kissing up to you, so I'll get right into it. I want everybody out there to rejoice and be merry for a moment, slap backs and congratulate each other, but it's right back to work, okay?
Well, yeah, that's what dogs do. When they catch a rabbit, they'll all spin around and celebrate, but then go after more rabbits. We need to beat the drums, and we've had a victory bigger than Trenton, and just, the incumbents are falling. Let's take some more ships down. We're out there engaging the enemy, and they're getting scared, and let them set a nuke off and blow a city up. I wish they wouldn't, but they're going to probably try something like that or start a big war to try to pose as our saviors. It isn't going to work because we now are being listened to by the